I love reading these freaking question and answers on Instagram. Just random people. Just
Yeah.
asking me something.
You ready?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jim, and obviously Dan over here.
I am, in fact, Dan.
The Dan from Asper, infamous. This is what episode? Is this 7 now? Actually,
this is
I didn't even
8.
check. Is this 8? No, it's 7.
It is 7.
Because we talked about doing something special for 7 for 007.
Right.
We didn't think of anything special to do, but we do sort of have something special to
Right.
do. We've changed a lot, actually,
Tons.
for this episode.
Absolutely. New setup, new lighting. We actually don't look like we're sitting in a dungeon. It's wonderful.
Exactly. It's way better.
It's great.
I mean, it looks pretty janky right now. You could check this out if you follow me or Drink with Jim and Dan on Instagram. I put a video about this whole setup. Right now, basically, for you who didn't see, we got like the camera on the tripod, and then behind it is a table with a chair on it, with an old barrel on it, with a floodlight, a snap-on
God
LED
almighty.
floodlight on top of it. But I mean,
Is that safe?
I don't know.
Is that safe?
It's not, but the wobbly leg is leaning towards you, so I'm safe.
Oh, that's
But
fine.
that's what I get for being set designer.
I'm built like titanium. I could take just about anything.
Just about anything. Anyway, drink today. We didn't pick up some beers.
Well, we didn't pick up beer. We actually have a number of different things kind of on the go right now for a
Right.
number of different reasons, and I guess this is a very unceremonious way of kicking off what we have dubbed to be
Yeah.
season 2,
Yeah.
given the hiatus implemented by just work and life, and that's
Yeah,
just the way things
basically.
go. But
Even this episode we're filming on a not normal night. We had to push it up because of life and work stuff coming into play. But I'll touch on that later.
Exactly.
So,
but let it be
continue
known,
on.
we are extremely versatile.
Oh.
We do not need a routine. You
No.
can stick us anywhere,
Anywhere.
and we will perform. And in fact, we just might be doing that. And we'll
Yeah.
tell you about that shortly. But you know what? For the drink, actually, like I didn't pick up any beer
Yeah.
today. You mentioned you
picked
have
up
something special.
So for those of you once again who follow me on Instagram, I was recently I was down in like Kentucky, Tennessee, and stuff like that for a Corvette thing down in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and not far outside of there is the Jim Beam Distillery. Yes, the Jim Beam Distillery that burnt down. Like they had a couple warehouses burned down.
Unbelievable.
It was crazy. They killed a bunch of fish because the river nearby was like half bourbon.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. They're getting sued and fined like crazy, obviously, but
Like it wasn't even their fault.
no,
And I
it
mean,
was a fire. A fire burnt down. But
in accounting, we would call that a capital loss.
oh,
in fact.
yeah. It's something like 120 warehouses
Man.
of bourbon in barrels, and they valued their smaller buildings, which held, I forget how many it was now. Was it 700 or something barrels? I think that sounds whatever. They had their smaller buildings, their 7-story buildings they valued about $100 million worth of inventory, and a couple of those buildings burnt down.
Jeez, and that's inventory value.
Inventory value.
That's not even
Yeah.
market value of what that would be sold
No,
for.
that's like whatever. That was breaking it down. I remember them telling me how many barrels it was, and I took that number, divided out the number of barrels, and then divided by roughly how many bottles they get out of it. And yeah, let's just say there's a lot of money to be made in the liquor business. Crazy.
Let it be known. And
Yeah.
even more money to be made because you have Canadian tourists like
Yeah.
us that needed a special something for
Yeah.
a certain podcast.
Guys, I'm going to get it right here. I brought it with. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Jim Beam is a bourbon. They have a ton of different kinds. But I picked up Knob Creek, their single barrel reserve.
Oh.
So that's like their cream of the crop, like really, really nice stuff.
I've had the Jack Daniel's single barrel, and that's
Yeah.
really good. If you say the word single barrel,
it's
I'm in.
instantly better. So this stuff is their bourbon, their Knob Creek bourbon. It says aged 9 years guaranteed. We happen to know the barrel they took out of was actually aged 15 years.
Right.
So this is aged 15 years bourbon, and then it is 60%.
Man,
Like that's a high alcohol content.
that is a girthy
and
alcohol
it is
content.
100. Where does it say it again? 120 proof, which I know we were talking about proof before the show. A lot of people don't know what it is, but let's just say that's a lot.
That's
Just without going into the details of it, it's a lot of proof.
Like, what-
moonshine is like 160 or something like that.
man. And I had moonshine once, and honestly, like my kidneys were yelling at me.
Yeah,
They were
so-
barking.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, we got this bottle, or I picked up this bottle. Whoops, I picked up this bottle here, and I actually bottled it myself. Well, Macy's gonna call me out on this. Macy and I bottled it together. So
Interesting.
We each bought a bottle. and
There's a
what you-
huge quality control concern that I have
So
in
what
my
you
mind
do
right
is you
now.
pick the bottle, and then I put my name on it. There on a little sticker.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was a blank, empty bottle, nothing on it. Put it on the conveyor, and then it goes down. And actually, sorry, that's a lie. We put our name on it. We take it. And we got to clean out the bottle. So we actually put it in and we clean it out with alcohol, of course.
Sure.
Kind of like bartenders do before they serve you a drink.
Obviously.
Like that. And then we put it on the conveyor. It goes through and we watch it get filled up with the Knob Creek. We see the barrel. Like we see everything that's going on there. And then it goes through and it gets a label placed on it. And then it comes out the other end. Guy puts the cork into it. And then goes over and dips it into the wax.
Right.
And then when he pulls it out, you take your finger and put your thumb on top. So that way your thumbprint is on it. So
That's sweet.
I'll try to show it on the camera in just a second. And then we pick it up when we leave.
I wonder if anybody's ever asked to use anything that's not like their
a
finger.
thumb. You can put like a mushroom stamp or anything you want in the top. I didn't just say that out loud.
Fascinating. No.
I don't know what would happen.
Yeah, you'd hate to see it.
You would hate to see it. Oh, am I ever glad I didn't have you on the tour with me.
Oh, yeah.
But in any event.
Hey, just everybody turn around for a quick sec.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Everybody
going to
turn
stamp
around.
my bottle.
Anyway, you could get the bottle engraved afterwards. So I'm like, well, I kind of want to get the bottle engraved.
Nice.
It costs extra, but I'm going to show you guys what I got here. We got it with, let's get the focus there. Yeah, perfect. See that? A drink with Jim and Dan on the bottle. And
Wonderful.
The date. And then, yeah, you see I got my fingerprint. Well, actually, it's Macy's fingerprint if we want to get technical with it.
Interesting.
My bottle. Her bottle has my fingerprint on it. But anyway, a drink with Jim and Dan on this bourbon here. Figured what better way to...
For the record, Jim was going around into the U.S. and mentioning that he was representing Manitoba's premier alcohol review
Yes.
and local podcast, and there was no fact checking done whatsoever. So
None at
you were
all.
basically down there as a celebrity.
Oh, I was. I went into Happy Harry's
Yep.
in Fargo, I think it was, on the way down.
Yep.
And once again, I'm plugging myself this whole episode, but I went in there and they were doing tequila testing.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had 3 bottles of Patron. I recorded the actual guy doing it. And we were sampling it all. And I told him that I'm a co-host on a drinking show up in Canada. And what is that? It's a twist off on top there. That I was a co-host on a drinking show in Winnipeg up in Canada.
Yep.
And we're the #1 show in Winnipeg. And he's like, no way, man. And I'm like, yeah, so do you mind if I record you talking about this tequila for me?
Absolutely.
He's like, go for it. He was jacked, little does he know. I mean, we probably are Winnipeg's best drinking show because I don't think there is.
Literally by default, if anything.
But
Well, there we go, making some progress there. There we go.
I don't
we got
even need
it.
the bottle opener. I thought I was going to need it. Just want to
Wonderful.
screw that thing.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Yeah. So, well, let's take a whiff of that first.
So, buddy.
So we had moonshine and stuff while we were on the tour, and the tour guide talked about how when you taste in Kentucky, they don't taste or smell. They don't smell in Kentucky with their nose. Them smelling down there is they stuck their finger in and sniff it and then lick their finger. That's how he says you smell in Kentucky.
There is no stereotypes about the southern U.S. being broken in any regard of this trip.
Nothing at all.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I'm gonna pour this out, and then we'll talk about how he told us to sample this.
Yeah, there's a process.
There's actually a process, guys, that actually helped for you club goers to not have. Now you're not gonna do this at the club. What am I kidding?
Absolutely not.
No,
just
but,
pounding them.
But
pounding them back.
But anyway, I'm gonna. You can just pour yourself some there.
Absolutely.
So the way that they said to, and by the way, notice what we're pouring this into. I'll hold this up. We'll touch on this a bit. See that? A nice Winnipeg Blue Bomber glass.
Eat shit, Saskatchewan.
Screw it.
Honestly,
Chris Strevler.
barely beat us on Labor Day.
Johnny Augustine, Chris Strevler, Darvin Adams was big. Drew Wolotarski almost came up with 2 huge catches.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
No, okay, again, really quickly, and then we'll get into the process.
We'll do that next.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. I'm fired up right now, guys.
I know. Bourbon, rye, whiskey, all this stuff. When tasting it, so often when you take a shot of something, like you're at the club or you're just at home and you pour a shot, you're drinking beer, you're drinking mixed drinks and stuff like that. And you're like, let's take shots. And you just slam it back.
Yep.
And everyone talks about the burn in their throat. And a lot of people hate the burn in their throat, right?
Of course.
Nobody likes the burn in their throat. Well, down in Kentucky, it's not called a burn. It's called a Kentucky hug.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, you know, like that nice Kentucky hug in your throat. That's
Kentucky
that
hug.
warm, burning sensation.
I think that's I've had more of those hugs than hugs from my dad, but
Poor Dave. Thank God he doesn't watch this.
oh no, or he might. I'm very
Who
sorry.
knows? Yeah. You know what? If I was making bets, your dad would watch a minute of this and then say, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
He would actually like
And
disown me.
he might, and your mom, I think, refuses to pretend that the show even exists.
She has utterly no regard for
None
any of my
whatsoever.
creative ventures.
Nothing whatsoever. Because remember when I showed her your stand-up?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. My mom still has hopes for me to turn out okay. We'll see about that.
Sorry, Colleen.
Good.
It's not happening. But
Nice Polish boy.
yeah,
Probably not so much.
At all. But anyway, what are we taking? It's been 10 minutes here and we haven't even taken our first sip of our
No,
drink.
unbelievable.
So to drink this stuff is what he told us. He didn't want you to have that big warm Kentucky hug in your throat.
Right.
So what you have to do is just take a little sip, enough to like coat your mouth with it.
Okay.
Kind of almost not swish it around, but get it on your tongue, your cheeks, your teeth, your gums. Get it all over everywhere. Then swallow it and you'll feel that little bit of a Kentucky hug, the warm burn.
Oh yeah. That burnt my tongue. This is so intense.
Whew.
Hold on. I actually there might need to be some shit.
That was too big. Oh.
All right.
Okay.
I think
That was really. I took way too big of a sip.
okay. You hate to feel it.
You do hate to feel it.
Oh my God.
Now we're just gonna become alcoholics on this show.
I think that's unfortunately
That was
where
way
it
too big
is.
of a sip. Anyway, you're supposed to take a small sip, coat your mouth, and basically what it does is prepares your palate,
Right.
prepares your mouth for the bourbon for later. So
Interesting.
yeah, so now you're supposed to take another sip. But to be honest, my first sip was so big, I really don't want to take another one.
No, quite frankly, you might have just burnt all of your nerve endings that go down your throat.
This stuff,
so
guys,
congrats.
It's good. It
Right.
does taste good. Like
It's not even smoky, which is a good thing because I hate.
it gets smokier. So here's the
Oh.
thing: when you test it like that, you're opening your mouth to. This is weird. You're opening your mouth up to all those different flavors to come out.
Just open it up.
Open it up. Just get down, open it up, and just let all the flavors in.
Just let them all in.
Yeah.
Just nice and
It
easy.
doesn't talk about it except the fact that there is risks of birth defects.
Yeah.
You're not pregnant, are you?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, you're supposed to drink a little bit like that and then drink like a bigger sip, but
Right.
I'm going to take a second there and drink it. But the next sip you have, now that your mouth is prepared for it,
Yeah.
will be much better.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to find that out.
Yeah.
And you know what? We elected to not do a beer today because, quite frankly,
Yeah.
the podcast is called A Drink with Jim and Dan,
Right, we don't
not a
have to have
beer,
just beer.
with Jim and Dan. So
Depending
Get
on how
fucked.
this goes, though, like, I don't know how well we can handle our 120 proof, 60% bourbon.
look at how fuzzy the bottom of our Peroni bottles are.
We should probably
clear these out. The remnants of episode 1 are just unfortunate.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Okay, I'm gonna have another sip of this, and then let's dive into the bombers.
Absolutely. Way easier.
See how much nicer that was?
Way easier.
Like, look at even just people watching, you can see. And now that you feel it go down a little bit still,
yeah.
but like it goes down so much smoother, and you can actually start to taste the differences.
Right.
Like the different, you can taste like the oak barrel that it was in a little bit more.
Nice. Well, this is good because you know what, as much as I try to, value traditionally expensive, traditionally classy beverages like Scotch,
Right.
the peatiness of Scotch makes me want to just blow
Oh,
my
yeah?
brains out. I honestly remember this one time I went over to a buddy's house and we were just going to watch the Jets game, and we were just going to have a couple of drinks, and I brought over a little bit of like Jack Daniels, or I think it was Crown. I had Crown that I brought
I like
over.
Crown.
And yeah, Crown's a good one. Crown Soda Lime Wedge. My friend Josh Giavoli introduced me to that, mortgage
Yeah.
advisor at CIBC. If
you
anybody needs a mortgage, hit him up.
Hit 'em up, Josh.
He introduced me to that. We were at Earl's getting lunch one time because Earl's is my Zen garden. And
You have a lot of Zen gardens.
honestly,
I noticed you're one of your Zen gardens today, actually.
oh
The Common.
yeah. Oh, the
Yeah.
common is
I saw your
Wonderful.
rolled up pants.
Oh,
your,
yeah.
Your no socks and your beer on a patio.
that's
Classic Dan.
classic. It's the Asper way. It's the only way. But in any
Anyway.
event, what would the Red River College way be of business?
Man, I don't know. We were
Cargo shorts or
cargo shorts. Cargo shorts and polo shirts.
nice?
No, honestly,
Oh.
I don't. Man, Red River business was like a mixed bag. Like, we had everybody. First of all, we never had to dress up
Yeah.
like you guys did, like monkeys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wear
Oh
suits.
yeah. Clowns.
Like, yeah, that
Absolute
was never
clowns.
that was never the case. Like, even We had like twice or 3 times in my 2 years there, we had to wear like a dress shirt for a presentation.
Oh yeah,
That was nothing. I never wore a tie.
Cool. Anyways, just so
We're totally
circling back, went over to my buddy's house. He brings out, so we finished the Crown, went down way quicker than we thought. He cracks out Glenfiddich.
Oh yeah.
That's the Scotch, and it was like a 12-year or something like
that's
that.
nice.
It was I thought it was gonna be nice, way too peaty. It was just like it was like drinking charcoal, and yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, you know what? It was a rough night, and it was a night inside the two of us watching the Jets, and I was just unfortunately unpleasantly plastered just after sitting down and doing nothing. So
first period's not even over yet.
Yeah, I hate to see. I'm like vomiting. No, I wasn't actually.
No, not that.
No, not that night.
That's brutal. But anyway, speaking of the Jets, Winnipeg sports, we touched on it.
Bombers.
The Bombers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we're still the best team.
Oh yeah.
No question.
You know who I don't think is getting any credit in this, and he should be getting like all the credit?
Who?
Kyle Walters.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
how? Let's go back, 6-7 years now, to the Joe Mack era.
Oh my God. The Joe Mack era.
Like, actually, funny story. I was talking to Paul Apolice a couple years ago when he first came back.
Nice.
I guess it was 3 years ago when he first came back as the OC, and I was talking to him about how much like Joe Mack is like a swear word in our house because like it just destroyed the Bombers. And Paul Apolice goes, "Oh, Joe Mack, I fucking hate that guy." And I'm like, "Oh, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, he fired my ass. Why would I like the dude?" And I'm like, "Well, I agree. I just didn't think I would hear you actually say that."
That's a good point. Well,
yeah. But anyway, getting back, Kyle Walters. We had no O-line. We had no good Canadian talent.
Yeah.
We had nothing.
No quarterback.
No, we are still searching.
Let's go through
what he's brought in and what he's drafted.
Since the 2007 Grey Cup, where Kevin Glenn broke his arm.
Kevin Ivan broke it. No.
Let's look. Okay, let's go through QBs. We had Kevin Glenn, Ryan Dinwiddie, Stefan LaFours, the hefty lefty.
Oh, come on. That was the whole
Mike Fists of Fury Kelly, unfortunately.
My quarterback doesn't go in under center.
Oh,
remember that?
God. Oh, my God.
Never under center. Never under center. He was always in shotgun.
Yeah.
Permanently in shotgun.
Unbelievable.
And then he became a gym teacher in Florida. And remember a couple years after that, he was actually arrested for like beating someone.
Yeah. That's where the Fists of Fury came from, unfortunately.
That was a Joe Mack hire.
So we had
Stefan
LaFours, Steven Giles. Then we had Buck Pierce, Alex Brink, Justin Goltz, Joey Elliott.
Joey Elliott was played yesterday. Joey Elliott is Saskatchewan's backup.
Joey Elliott?
Not Joey Elliott. Why did I say Joey Elliott? Brian Bennett.
Oh, Brian Bennett. Yeah, we had Brian Bennett too.
Yeah.
And
I totally
who
thought
else?
you said Brian Bennett.
Yes, Noah. We're gonna mention Michael Bishop as well.
Oh.
Michael Bishop was there, who is not nearly as good as you think he is, but seems like a really nice guy.
Neither is Budweiser. Sorry, Noah.
Bud Light, even worse.
Yeah.
Noah, we love you, buddy.
Yeah. Even though I've never met you.
In any event, yeah, we have to get a drink soon. In any event.
Yeah. So yeah, the quarterback, and then finally we got Nichols, and Nichols was the backup. Remember?
Yeah.
And came in and took over, and he's really
and Drew Willie. Forgot him.
Oh yeah. Man, okay, Drew Willie. I feel bad for Drew Willie. I like Drew Willie. I was excited when we signed him.
The guy got a raw deal.
We had no O-line. It was brutal. He looked like Mike Riley.
Yeah.
Except Mike Riley is extremely talented.
Exactly, and still doing nothing.
Yeah.
The guy,
different story.
The guy wouldn't even throw for 3 touchdowns against Steinbach. This O-line.
Not that O-line. No.
Not unlike my 6 in 2013.
The River East D-line would just shred the O-line.
Make no mistake, the 2013 River East Kodiak's defensive front 7 would sack Mike Riley at least 4 times.
Oh, absolutely. And I never even saw
God almighty.
But yeah, so Matt Nichols, by the way, he's given no reason to lose this. No. I think it's still Matt Nichols' team, but Strevler's 2-1 now, and he has gotten better each game. The first game, you could tell, was just
like 80 yards.
Yeah, like nothing. But you make do. And then even in Saskatchewan for Labor Day, he did so much better. Think of the noise he played with. He handled that game really well, and we were winning that game till 0 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, and that is my number one reason for why all of these Saskatchewan fans can just
suck it.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Because, okay, they beat us on a last-second field goal on Labor Day in their house, playing effectively most of our backups because we had so many key injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Or, suspensions due to whatever you
think
may say, performance-enhancing substances. I don't think so either.
I don't believe it one bit. Harris, anytime I've met him.
Well, he tested negative for the same test like a couple of weeks
10 days
before.
earlier or
Oh,
something.
yeah. So, you know what? So all of those factors, and they won on a last-second field goal,
Yeah.
and then turn the tables, give the Bombers a week, same roster, more injuries, actually.
Orange, Lucky Whitehead was out for this game.
And then we just happened to play in our field, and we pumped them. Absolutely pumped them.
It wasn't even close. I mean, it started off that. How have you ever seen a drive? 8 minutes and 33 seconds or something was the opening drive?
Yeah.
Insane.
No.
And how about 2 or 1 play into the game, and we are 2nd and 17 on our own 3-yard line.
Yeah.
And Chris
Strevler
Strevler
runs.
looks like he's in the longest yard.
Yeah.
And just pulls it down and just scampers. Not even scampers. He just looked like a power back going for 17 yards.
And
to
on
get the
that
first
note,
down.
make no mistake though, I honestly don't think Strevler. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a great player and a great athlete.
Oh.
But it's just like he's just a specimen, and they're like,
yeah.
Here, Chris, like get us a first down, and he'll
Yeah.
just like find a way to get a first down.
Which is, and he's such a good runner though.
Yeah.
He's so good, and his throwing has gotten way better in the 3 games. Like he missed Wolotarski twice.
Yeah.
In that game, that one where Wolotarski laid out for it.
Yeah.
That would have been a beauty, but that was like truly like fingertip, not even like
Yeah.
fingers. But I think his throwing has gotten way better, and Nichols is still going to go for another 3 more weeks. Like they said, 6 weeks was they'll reevaluate.
Yeah.
It's been 3. I guess next week we have the bye, so Strevler has at least 2 more games to show what he's got. What if he improves again, and then again?
And then again and again.
What happens when Nichols comes back healthy, when the court of public opinion says they wanted Strevler anyway before this was happening?
Still give it to Nichols. I am such a Nichols loyalist.
I agree.
Still give it.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you have to incorporate Strevler more. And you know what scares me more about this whole situation? They're both free agents at the end of the year.
And you know what? It's going to come down, do we win a Grey Cup this year? If Nichols leads us to the promised land. By the way, if the Bombers win the Grey Cup, I am going to get a tattoo of a number 6 somewhere on my body, indicating that this, commemorating my 6 touchdowns against Steinbach.
Oh, can we do an episode on
it might be.
Can I come record it? It's like
It'll
live
be
with the Drink with Jim and Dan. It can be on like your right ass cheek, and you can be laying on the table.
Or you know
like,
what?
What's up, guys?
Roman numeral 6 and then Roman numeral 2013 somewhere on my body if the Bombers win the Cup this year.
Wow.
That's
you heard
it.
it here first.
You heard it. You heard it. Actually, Noah heard it first, but
Did
this
he?
it's been really brought to life here first.
Yeah.
That's how badly I want the Bombers to fucking win a Grey
Oh
Cup.
my god, it's brutal. It's been.
And
been a
if
long
they
time,
don't,
but-
I'm gonna call Mike O'Shea and say, "Listen, I'm a bit of an aged talent,
Yeah.
but you could put me in."
Yeah, and then Justin Medlock will retire. Unfortunately, no,
Yeah.
he signed a couple-year deal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so we still got him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
thought he was.
I have no idea why Rod Black calls him the ageless wonder. Here I was thinking he's like 45, and I look him up.
He's like 35 or
Yeah,
something.
he's like 34 years old. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that's not even old.
No, John Ryan's 37. And
Yeah. Adam Vinatieri in the NFL is 49. He's fully gray.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
old
Well, that's
for
why
a
you
player.
be a kicker, right?
Oh, but you know what? My one of my fantasy teams is just getting pumped right now, and I'm gonna just check up on that. Let's literally talk about anything besides football because,
Okay.
but don't worry, guys, it's fine. Drew Brees only needs to throw for 17 touchdowns tonight for me to come back against John from my office. So
John. Does John watch this? Do you know? Does he know this
I
exists?
don't think so. If he does,
Come on, John.
If he does, John, I'm coming for you. If it's not this week, it'll be week 11, I think.
Week 1, you're already done and out of it.
It's sure looking that way, but I'm in 2 leagues. One of my leagues, we are in good shape. Oh, yeah. My other league, I have a 95% chance of winning it. Yahoo Sports indicates. So, yeah. Get fucked.
Let's move off of the football right now because, well, not
Absolutely.
everybody here cares about football.
Nope.
Even though we care about it on our show.
We care deeply about
So
it.
screw you. Whoops. But moving on. It's been 3 weeks. What's happened in those 3 weeks? What have you done? Like, we couldn't film a few weeks ago because you were out of town.
Correct.
And then we couldn't film for the next 2 weeks because I was out of town.
Correct.
And then we couldn't film tomorrow night because tomorrow night being Monday night.
And
so
you are off
because
to
I'm
San
out of
Francisco.
town, so we had to move this. So
We're going to have to talk about
let's
that
start.
a
Let's
little
start
bit later.
back. Let's start with you on your trip, then me on my trip, and
Yeah.
then we'll talk about going forward.
Well, basically, auditor, number monkey,
Absolutely.
certified number monkey. Well, not certified yet. I'm working towards that. But in any event, Audit life has been good. I've been just around, been out and about doing a couple of different clients, and I mean, you know what? I'm basically like Ben Affleck from The Accountant. Just I don't kill people, nor do I have autism. I don't think. I mean, I guess you'll never really know.
We're still not really sure.
You'll never really know. Like I mean, I have some tendencies that hint, but
some.
Yeah, anyways,
everybody points out our tendencies.
But you know what? My favorite thing about auditing is, you know, I work with great people and I work with a great company, blah, blah, blah. But my favorite thing about auditing is you walk into the client and there's just that initial look of dread as they see you come in.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I'm in the tunnel at the Rose Bowl walking in. Every time I'm walking into the client, I'm just getting fired up.
You're an auditor. Like when people think of auditors, they think the government. And they think like, oh, damn, they don't think I paid my taxes. Or they just want to check up on my tax. Or what if they find something wrong and I have a tax penalty? But like, you're privately hired.
We're privately hired to make sure that
they actually want you to be there.
Exactly.
But even still, a dude walking in all preppy like you, walking here with his briefcase,
like
busting out, punching in his calculator and finding things.
Well, it's like the type of audit that I do, that public accountants do. It's not like a CRA audit. It's not where it's like we don't go in to look, have you messed up? We go in to just make sure, like, you know, are the financial figures that have been presented, are they actually accurate of what your company is, how it's performing, have you classified things properly, and then we comply it to reporting standards, and then at the end of the day we just turn around and we say, you know, we could say based on our testing, like everything looks good. There's no need to panic. We don't go in there actually looking to say we think you committed fraud and we're gonna find it. Like
we're gonna find it right now.
That's called forensic accounting, and that's a whole other situation. Yeah. That is not
Have you ever done that?
No.
You study it, right?
Well, we've talked about it in classes. We've talked about it in the office. I'm actually, I can honestly not say any more than this, but like I'm actually gonna be somewhat involved with a forensic accounting engagement in the not too distant future.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Not sure what the extent of my work will be on it, but I'm super excited to try it out because I'm basically an Avenger at that point. You know, detective. I'm like Tony Stark.
I was just gonna say, if you could be any Avenger, who would you be?
That's a great question. Probably Lightning McQueen, I think. No. My favorite Avenger is Paul.
What's up with you and Lightning McQueen? I've never even seen the movies. I mean, I know he is.
No, my favorite Avengers, Paul Blart Mall Cop, actually. No, or is he DC Universe?
Paul Blart? He's not any of them, is he?
No. He's not a comic.
You're confusing me now. He's not a comic.
No.
He's a fat Kevin James on a Segway in a mall.
I love Kevin James.
I rode a Segway a couple weeks ago. Anyway.
Did you?
Yeah, they're a ton of fun.
You're basically a mall cop.
Basically.
And therefore, basically an Avenger.
By that weird, twisted turn of events, I'm basically an Avenger.
Wild.
But anyway, I want to actually hear, if you could be any Avenger, who would you be? This is totally off topic, but now that you've mentioned Avengers.
You know what? Okay, my favorite Avenger, honestly, is probably got to be... Iron Man's too mainstream. Mm-hmm. Captain America's a douche. Captain America's a douche. I'm not American. Deadpool's not an Avenger. You know, probably the Hulk. The Hulk just kind of does his own thing. He's just like, he's smart, and then he just like flips the switch and is just raging.
Raging.
Probably the Hulk. What about you?
Like Dan on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously,
unfortunately, LaRocca's seen some things, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Rager. You hate to see Dan's.
Yeah, hate to see it.
Anyway.
What about you? What's your Avenger?
I mean, it's too obvious to say Iron Man, Tony Stark. Come on, like, who wouldn't want to be a multi-billionaire, like, living that life and having that suit like that? Captain America, I still think is dope, but he is sort of a douche.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
There's like the one guy with long hair that just walks around with a gun.
Thor.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's Thor.
Thor would be pretty dope to be, because Thor is just like, he's a king. He literally is a king.
Sick.
And funny story, I last year went to Andrew Harris's social. It was at the Bomber Stadium.
Nice.
There was like 5,000 people at it. It was on the concourse by the Rum Hut. He ordered, it was like 400 pizzas at like 11:30.
That's sick.
There's literally just tables of pizza. There are people walking out like 2 boxes of pizza and stuff like that. But anyway, like all the Bombers were there. Ran into somebody I know and was talking with Mo Leggett, who obviously is not playing. I think he's in arena football now.
Oh,
but anyway,
poor guy.
Ran into Mo Leggett. Mo was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
He was fucking hammered.
No, it's his teammate's social.
Absolutely. So he comes up to me and goes, hey, I know you. You were in that movie. And I go, what movie? He's like, The Avengers. You're Thor, aren't you? It's because of the hair.
Sick lettuce.
So yeah, so if I could be any Avenger, definitely would be Thor. Because
Nice.
Mo Leggett called me Thor once at Andrew Harris' social.
All right.
It was dope.
Well, like I was
Right.
even just saying, like there's that other
don't
guy with long hair in the Avengers, and he literally has a gun, and like I don't think he has any superpowers whatsoever. I think he's like I don't even know his name. He's like a third string Avenger. Like he's like bottom of the depth chart.
I
Like
can't even think of who you're talking about.
dude, I don't even know what his name is. He's like friends with Falcon or something like that. The Falcon's the guy with the other Iron Man suit, the gray one,
Yeah, well,
and this other dude,
Falcon's got wings.
Falcon's sick.
Falcon. Who's got the gun?
I don't know his name,
I know what you're
but he's
talking
just like, like I went to go see like not Infinity War, Endgame,
I haven't
and
seen
it's
it
like
yet.
it's okay,
Don't spoil me.
It's-
I like them.
it's whatever. But it's like the ending scene, and it's like all these superheroes with like 6 superpowers all going to that, and there's this guy with like an M16. I'm just like, what the
What?
fuck? I'm like, dude, I could be an Avenger.
Is this
Just
like La Roca on a Friday night?
oh no, it would be a knife, and if Chris Matthews was there and he got cut,
Which, by the way, Chris Matthews won't be there.
he won't be there. He got cut, and I have to say, I'm sure he's a good guy, but good riddance. He came in thinking he was going to be hot shit, but we already talked about football, and we're not going to get back
Yeah.
onto this.
Anyway, Chris Matthews gone. We are totally sidetracked yet, as
Yeah.
we always are, because
'Kay.
somehow I started asking about
Let's stay sidetracked for 30 more seconds because
30
I
more seconds.
need
Go.
to share.
Timer.
I
is on
need
now.
to share with you all something that I learned. Poland in World War II
Okay.
had a bear in their army. A
Yeah, you
bear.
shared that on your
yeah,
story.
Its name was Wojtek, and
What
it
did
was
it
a
do?
bear.
How, like, how do you attack with a bear?
I think it like supplied ammunition. Like I think they like hooked it up to a harness, and it just ran around back and forth supplying them.
So nobody
and
would
it,
think to shoot a bear?
and yeah, well, I don't know how this bear survived, but I mean, let's be honest here. No kidding, they got throttled in 1939. You're literally freaking. I guess they just.
Winnie the Pooh
I guess
was your
they just.
ammunition expert.
I guess they just ran out of options. They had so few people in their army by the time Germany was done with them that they had to promote a freaking
Freaking
bear
bear.
to corporal.
Yo, Winnie, like, calling up to the big ranks.
Honestly, it blew my mind.
That's crazy.
Blew my mind.
What, you know what else you blew?
What?
Your 30-second timer. Where did you think I was going with that?
Crap.
It's been like 50 seconds on this.
Well, you've said some questionable things, so I was going a couple of different directions with that. I'm happy
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah. We totally got sidetracked. We were talking about accounting. You were talking about you went to the paw.
Yeah, I went to the
We're
paw,
backing
did
up. We're
auditing.
backing up like 8 minutes here now.
Did auditing. I'm a number guy walking through the tunnel at the Rose Bowl, coming into the client, fired
so
up.
you were at the paw for a week, right?
Yeah, I was, and that was pretty good. There was one good restaurant there called Good Times where I was able to, well, it's the only good restaurant there.
The only good time you had.
It was comparable to like a Jonesy's in Birds Hill. It was
Oh, yeah.
it was of comparable quality and value,
yeah.
so it was good.
Nice.
And what about you? What were you up to for the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I was in like I told you where I got this Jim Beam here. I went down to Fargo, then down to Chula Vista in Wisconsin Dells, then down into somewhere south in Illinois, then into Bowling Green, Kentucky for a few days. I was in Nashville for a day, in Tennessee, then back up to Indianapolis, then back up into Chicago, then to Minneapolis, and then home. So it was basically a Corvette trip. I drove about 5,060 kilometers in a Vette down there and back. There was about 4,000 or so Corvettes all met down there. It's pretty cool.
That's sick.
It was a pretty awesome time. Lots
What are
of
your
fun.
What are your thoughts on the new Corvettes?
Oh, I love it.
Like the brand new ones.
The brand new ones, the C8, the 2020, well, it'll be 2021 mid-engine car. I love it. I was so tired though because all the photos of it were like people like just going up like, oh look, the new C8, and they'd like just use their phone and snap a shot of it. There's 28 people on the car, around it, in it.
Disrespectful.
And, like, it's just brutal. I'm tired of seeing all these crap photos of it. So I finally waited and was patient with it and got some sick photos of it.
That's
like,
good.
you know what? I'm gonna throw up like, I don't know, like 1 to 15 photos on the screen right here.
Sick.
Because I love it. It was crazy. Actually, while I was down there, I ran into a guy. He was holding a gimbal and a camera, and I went and talked to him, like I always do. And
Very social guy.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime I see someone with a camera and a gimbal, I gotta go talk to him. So talking to him, he's a YouTuber. He's got like 40 million views on YouTube.
That's
and
sick.
he was he's from Nashville. He was there as media pass to take video and photo of the Corvette. So he says, bro, do you mind if I if you come take like a thumbnail for me for my next videos. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. So he's like, I know about these 6 CH just parked out in the parking lot in the field. No one's around them.
Yeah.
So there was 4 cars with like literally hundreds of people around it. Couldn't get anywhere near, and we go out, there's like 6 of them just sitting there freely for us to look at and do.
Ooh,
So
would you
took
look
some
at that?
sick thumbnails. Like I'll put that up on the screen here now.
Yeah.
It was real cool. It was a great time.
That's sick.
Yeah, so you'll start seeing those next summer. They ship to Winnipeg next spring. So
Nice.
yeah, there's about 15 to 20, I think, allotted for Winnipeg to the dealerships, and I know of about 5 or 6 people who have already put deposits on them. So
Nice.
we'll be seeing them soon. So it's exciting. Love it.
Nice.
And then, yeah, that kind of
was it?
catches up to speed to last Tuesday. I got back from that. I mean, while we were gone, quickly, all 3 cars we were driving down in, myself, Macy, my parents, and one of my Tracy, my sister, and one. One is still in Minneapolis. We had to leave it there. Transmission blew.
Oh,
my dad's going back down
You
in
hate
a
to
couple
see
days with my truck and trailer, to go pick it up and bring it back. So a new transmission coming for that car. Another car drove over a screw, flat tire. Luckily, we had a plug kit, fixed that at the hotel, and it's held up fine. The other car drove over a tire remnants on the road. It got stuck in the tire, punctured it, and then whipped around the tire, ripped off a trim piece, and then scuffed and scratched the paint a bunch around the rear fender. So 2 flat tires. Anyway, in any event, trip's over. It was a good time. Had fun.
Yeah.
Cars will get fixed. It'll all be okay. But going forward, by the time you see this video, I will almost be back. I'll probably be in the air. I am going to tomorrow, so Monday morning, to San Francisco tomorrow. And then down into San Jose to go to the Apple head office, to Apple Park and Steve Jobs Theater, because I'm going as a videographer for Carl Conrad, a YouTuber, tech YouTuber. I'm going to be his videographer at the Apple event releasing the iPhone 11, Apple Watch, and the Apple Tile tracker thing that's going to be coming out likely. Like, it's crazy.
That's so sick.
It's right now, what time is it right now? 8 p.m. on Sunday night. In less than 36 hours, I'll be at Apple's head office listening to Tim Cook.
That's so sick.
Welcome, here's a new iPhone 11. It's crazy. I can't even believe that I'm going. When he messaged me, I was in Wisconsin at this restaurant on a lake. He's like, he just messaged me on Instagram. Yo, are you free for to go to San Fran? And I'm like, yo, when? Yes. Yes, I want to go to San Fran. And he's like, yeah, September 9th to 11th or 12th.
Yes, I will miss my dad's funeral to go to San Francisco with you, Carl Conrad.
Carl Conrad, yeah. Absolutely. But my dad's not dead.
I didn't even like him. Yes, no, Jim Sr. is
still
very,
alive and well.
very much alive. I hope that thud I just heard wasn't him falling over.
I don't think so. I would hope, even though we told him we're recording and not to disturb us, that if somebody died upstairs, they would let us know. That's terrible. But anyway, yeah. So going to San Francisco to Apple's head office to see the iPhone press release. It's crazy. Can't believe it. Literally. So I'm being paid to go there. Obviously, it's a work. It's a job. It just happens to be to a really cool place.
Yeah.
But to coordinate everything for this, I was emailing with Apple, and there's somebody at Apple, one of their marketing representatives, booked my flight and booked my hotel for me and everything. I didn't even have to book anything.
So
I just told him where I wanted to sit in the plane.
Is this one of those things where it's I'm assuming it is because you said the Steve Jobs Theater, but where it's all the black stage, the black background with the big white screen
100%.
just showing you. Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, it's one of those events that everybody sees. Tuesday, starting at 10 a.m., you're going to start to see that stuff. Actually, 10 a.m. their time, so noon.
As an Asper grad, that just gets my nips hard.
Oh.
I intentionally wore a black sweater today
Just
to
to hide
conceal
it?
it because I knew
Smart move.
because I knew that there was going to be a little bit of enhanced blood flow to my nips hearing this story about Apple.
It'll be one of those types of events. So Tim Cook will walk out and hold up, welcome, the new iPhone, and hold it up, and then I'll be with my Samsung.
Yeah, defiant.
Yeah, exactly.
Defiant.
I'm trolling them from right within. But anyway, yeah. So it's gonna be one of those events. So I'm gonna be basically recording. I'm gonna be making presumably a few videos out of the whole thing. So first impressions on the video, review of the first impressions of the phone, reviews of the phones, vlogging the trip. It's going to be crazy. So I don't know how many people go to this thing. It's at the Steve Jobs Theater, which I heard holds up to, I think, 1,000 I heard. But it'll mainly be YouTubers. So like, if you've ever watched a tech review video on YouTube or anything like that,
They're probably gonna be there.
they're all gonna be there.
That's
So like, I'm
sick.
super jacked on that because I'm a techie. I love tech videos. I've always watched them. So I'm gonna be there, and there's gonna be so many other YouTubers there that I watch like all the time, and I'm gonna be there with them, like one of them recording it. Just like so pumped. Like, I
That's
could
sick.
not be more excited about it. Like, it's insane. I still can't believe I'm doing it. And it was like, it's about a year or so in the works, this whole thing.
Right.
Because I first met Carl. I've only met Carl once, and we've only hung out together for 1 hour a year ago. And it was because he's sponsored by Subway, and he was
There
in a
you go.
Subway commercial, and I was in that same Subway commercial.
Nice.
So
That's
I
great.
didn't get paid for it though. He did.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
My talent isn't too much.
That's it. We need to cut down the bourgeoisie. We need an uprising
Yes.
after the
yes.
San Francisco trip.
After San Francisco. Hopefully there's more trips. I hope, like, I'm sure we'll kill it. The dudes, Carl's a few years older than I am. Huge soccer fan though. Big car guy. So like we have
Nice, lots in common.
Lots in common. So unnecessarily jacked for a YouTuber. You know, the usual.
Yeah.
Go
I mean-
check him out, Carl Conrad.
Does he have a day job, or is it like?
Yeah, he does. He has a day job. He works in the medical field, like in a hospital,
Oh.
as like an IT guy, I believe is what he does.
Cool.
Yeah, so he has a day job and does YouTube on the side, but like he's massive on YouTube.
He's monetized.
Yeah,
I think.
oh,
eh?
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he's sponsored by like every tech brand you could think of.
Nice.
He's got TVs coming out of the yin yang at his condo.
I'm still working on that sponsorship from Chrysler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their 2016 200 model, very good.
Very luxurious.
Susceptible to dents in the front left bumper though,
Yeah, you hate to see
unfortunately.
it, but it has to happen sometimes.
You hate to see it. And honestly, on the topic of that kind of just damage to a vehicle, at what point do you even want to get something like that fixed? Like, I tragically remember this vividly. I was at the Forks with my friend Keenan, and I backed into a pole. It was so low that it was outside like the peripheral of my side mirrors and rear view mirror and everything. So I backed into this pole, and yeah, it was pretty noticeable. But it's like, it's on the back bumper. It's not even
I never
huge.
see it.
There's no structural integrity concerns. And it was like $600 to get it fixed.
I know, right?
And I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah, sure, I'm going to look like a fool driving my 2016 Chrysler 200
Right.
with about 35,000 kilometers
Actually,
on it.
that's so low. That's
Yeah, I got
incredible.
it almost brand new. It was wild. In any event,
That's the only time anybody has referenced getting a Chrysler 200 as being wild.
it's wild, man. The car
wild.
is a high energy
High energy.
piece of North American engineering. But in any event, it was just like great. I could pay $600 to have a slightly nicer looking bumper. Like who
Yeah, I know.
cares?
But you, like,
if
have to do it.
if I leave it, I would look like a fool. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
I asked him, so I went down to the auto body place, and I'm just like, okay, so what's the nature of the work that you do? And they just basically said, it's not a replacement. It's just like, we sand it and paint it. And when I hear sand and paint, I'm like, oh, frick, like, I could do it myself. Like, just
Yeah.
tell me how. But I do
YouTube
not.
video.
I do not have the supplies and
No.
nor the time.
It's tougher than it looks, but it's body work is ridiculous. It gets expensive fast. There's always more work to it. But anyway,
Unbelievable.
it is. Moving on from that subject now. I don't even know what other subject we're going to go move on to and touch on.
Well, I
We're going to
guess
San Francisco. That's going to be dope.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Talk about our trips.
Polish Bears fighting in the
Polish Bears,
military.
the usual. We
I
talked
had
about
a-
the Bombers for long.
I had a lady trying to talk to me in Stella's today in French, and I could not understand a word she was saying. Very nice lady, probably early 70s, I think, and I just had to respond with "Je ne parle pas français," and I think that's, if I remember one phrase in French, I believe
It was
that's it.
Ménage à trois,
I don't even know what that means.
actually.
Yeah, ménage à trois.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's like a threesome, like a three-way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
nice.
Look up Ménage à trois. And now you keep talking. I'll just look it up.
Oh, that's interesting. Well,
If I,
evidently, unfortunately, the French weren't able to keep a stronger hold in North America, and they lost Lower Canada to the British in the 1700s. So I guess that's why I'm not able to speak French particularly well, unfortunately.
Did you French? Did you take it in school?
Till grade 8. Like, I only remember some stuff, like asking for the bathroom, like, est-ce que je peux aller à la toilette? And I think I said that wrong. And that was it. I don't remember anything else.
I want to see what it says on, what's it?
Google Translate?
No. The Urban Dictionary.
Ah, the Urban Dictionary. Well, while you're looking that up, what else happened? I was at the gym last week on... No, I didn't go Thursday. I went Tuesday.
We didn't go to the gym. Don't kid.
I went Tuesday morning
Off we
before
go to
work, and I showered afterwards. And, you know, at Shapes, they have stalls. So I went into a stall. And then I... unfortunately dropped something. It wasn't soap. They have a soap pump. What did I drop? Oh yeah, I dropped my towel, and it went down below the stall. And the stalls are high enough from the ground that if you reach down, you could see the feet of the individual beside you. Well, I dropped my towel, and it kind of kicked over into the other guy's side of the stall. So I went down. So I went down, and he went down. So we both reached at the same time, and we went under, and we looked, and we actually very briefly made like one eye contact like that.
Or
like,
how limber are you?
They're very limber, exceptionally so. Even more limber after a good workout. Had the ligaments loosened up a little bit.
You love a good workout.
But the stalls are quite high from the ground, so we both went down. We both reached for it. We both made eye contact with one eye, and we had like this really weird like moment. And there is like there is this energy that I have never experienced before, and I don't know what it was, Jim, but I was scared.
You questioning things?
I was scared, and I left.
Are you questioning anything?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
Maybe.
Okay, Urban Dictionary.
I looked, menage a trois. So, I just quickly go through here, and I just read, sometimes menage a trois is called hot wives, referring to a married woman who has sex with men other than her spouse, with the husband's consent. What?
Yikes.
I don't know who does it. That's not for me. In most cases, the husbands take a vicarious pleasure in their wives' enjoyment, or enjoy watching, hearing, or knowing about their wives' adventures. Husbands may also take part by engaging in threesomes or arranging dates for their wives. That's a weird description. I've never read of that. But I would definitely would not be for me.
Yeah, I can't say it would be.
No,
honestly.
Good.
I can't even think of an analogy for that.
No, it'd be like if you watched another couple take your car on a date. Like, what if another What if Macy and I jump in your Chrysler 200 and take it on a date, and we go to Joey's Keniston, and then we stop by Nygaard's, and then we continue on to like the Forks for a nice stroll.
You know what?
And then we go back to Nygaard's, and then we go to La Roca, and then afterwards we go back to Nygaard's. Like, how would you feel?
I don't know, man. Like I still have yet to see somebody actually wearing anything Nygaard. So I've never heard anybody say, "Man, I'm fired up to go buy some Nygaard pants."
Check out my new Nygaard Slims.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever said that?
Nobody under the age of 50 has said that.
Absolutely not. No, yet all their models are like 24.
Yeah, I think they're kind of missing the mark, but I hope Big Peter's.
Talk about Nygaard a lot on this show.
I hope Peter's doing well. Yeah, Nygaard. Maybe we should reach out to him. Hey, Pete. How's it going?
Could use a sponsorship. Dan and I could use some slimming.
Absolutely.
We're getting kind of thick here. We could use some slimming pants.
I actually just got a text from a guy that goes to Shapes. His name's Chris. Awesome guy. Infinitely. He used to be a lineman for Oak Park, actually. He's a sick dude. And he wears a bathing suit to the gym for whatever reason.
Like when he works out?
Yeah, like with a shirt.
How much does he sweat?
Those are his workout shorts. A lot.
Underwear on underneath them?
I haven't.
I assume you do.
I should ask him next time I
ask him. Why don't you just look when you're in the shower stall with him next time?
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Hey, Chris, I dropped my towel, buddy. Can you go down?
Yeah.
In any event, yeah, cool guy. Just wanted to share that with you. Don't know why he wears a bathing suit, but hey, to each their own.
To each your own. That was really random. Yeah.
But, I guess next steps of things to talk about.
We never even touched on Little Brown Jug yet.
No, we haven't, and that's the cat's totally out of the bag. Anybody that's followed you or myself or our podcast has been made more than aware that Little Brown Jug and us have engaged into a very little partnership for one episode coming up soon, and we are beyond fired up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Because honestly, like one of the favorite beers that we had, which is the Little Brown Jug, 1919. I'm behind too. I can do this thing too. I'm helping. In any event, we had the 1919, and it's a premier microbrewery in the province, and it's great. They're a great local business, and they were super nice and really accommodating.
James there.
James is
their
an awesome
taproom manager.
Yeah.
Super chill dude. Love him. Phenomenal.
Awesome dude. We had our meeting on Friday, and we just sat down and we just said, look, this is what we're wanting to do, and they were able to give us a little bit of space that we're going to be able to set up and do an episode. And James is going to come on for a little bit and talk about the company and talk about the beer that we're going to be trying, which it might be the 1919 or it might be a hybrid version of it because what did we try?
We had their 1919, which they have on tap.
So it was the base 1919.
Was the base 1919. Okay. They might still have it on tap when you're watching this video. 1919 infused with lavender and
strawberry. It must have been strawberry.
Lavender and strawberry. And it was delicious.
It was the most odd.
As you put it in your Instagram caption.
It was the most odd.
Stuff you
put in laundry detergent. It was the most odd, yet unbelievably good experience I've ever had.
Nice.
It's kind of like one of those situations where you don't expect something would be good, and it is. I mean, I have never tried bananas and mayonnaise, but apparently some people enjoy it.
Where did that come from? Bananas?
Look,
I've never heard of
for
that.
some people they enjoy it. For some people they enjoy
Banana and mayonnaise? Do you dip your fries in mayonnaise too?
Yes.
Dip your fries in your Frosties from Wendy's too?
I haven't gone to Wendy's in a long time, actually.
Wendy's.
Oh, I love Wendy's.
Could admit too.
You should get pigtails like Wendy. I'd be game for that. I wonder if Wendy's single actually.
Wendy? Have you seen Wendy?
Wendy? No.
Yeah, the actual Wendy Thomas?
Yeah, no, she's an actual person. I knew that.
Is.
Yeah,
Have you seen her physically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope she's single.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Maybe I should.
Take her for a ride.
She's got money.
Yeah. She's got all Dave's old money there.
Yeah.
Big Dave.
Oh my God.
That just got weird.
But yeah, no, believe it or not, strawberry, lavender. and Belgian Ale 1919, they go together better than peanut butter and a bad Friday.
Yeah.
That's
you know what they say.
That's just
peanut butter and a bad Friday always go together.
That's just me.
Just like Dan and short stalls.
That's something.
Oh, speaking of stalls, you brought this up. The Bomber game last weekend. Last weekend, a couple days yesterday. Somebody I knew was at the game, went to the bathroom, was going to the bathroom in one of the stalls, and while he was in there going to the bathroom, there were two dudes going at it in the stall over.
No.
Not even kidding. He said he went in there, he sat down, and he just looked over. It's like a normal stall, and there were 4 feet in there.
Oh.
And you could just hear things.
My God.
That he wished he didn't hear.
Probably
names, but shout out to that guy. You're a trooper, man.
Probably it was probably 2 Saskatchewan brothers, honestly.
Probably.
I think that would be the most
the
most plausible explanation.
Yeah, they're absolutely wearing green. They're absolutely related.
Oh my God.
No more than one, at least a cousin.
At least. You know what? I mean,
to each their own. I don't know. You got to do it. You got to do it.
2019, I guess. I mean, obviously we're very inclusive with sexual orientation. I don't know how far that reaches into incestual matters. I don't want to talk
doesn't reach into it at all.
I don't want to talk about this anymore, Jim.
This is awful.
I'm gonna call my mom and I say I want to go home.
Pick me up. I can't even get in my Chrysler 200 and drive home. But
so Little Brown Jug, Wednesday, September 18th.
Right. Should be 7 p.m. is when we're hoping to start
7
recording.
7 p.m. We want to make it every bit as much about them as it is about having our podcast. We want to really showcase them as a local business. I mean, they've already had some fanfare. There's really nothing else we could do for them that hasn't already been done, but we just really want to
do it our way.
We could do it our way, and we just really want to be able to speak to the nature of the business and the nature of the people that we've been talking with, and they're all just so nice and so accommodating.
Oh, yeah.
They've been great.
Tyler,
the taproom hand. Tyler and I can't remember the other couple of people we were talking to. James and Tyler, I remember.
Yeah.
But we
got
were.
a photo of you and Tyler.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. It's
here.
the Tyler, good guy. Look at him looking intently at it.
Yeah, he was.
That was
you were giving a seminar or something.
the planning meeting. The planning meeting.
But yeah, so we're gonna get there. So Wednesday, September 18th, 7 p.m. is when we're aiming to start recording.
Yeah.
We record for about an hour. Come on down.
You know what? If anything, we promised James that we would try to bring a couple of
people
bodies.
have to come.
We'd bring a couple of bodies down and get a beer, sit down, and just chill. You don't actually have to listen to us because, quite frankly, most people don't want to, anyways.
No.
But just if anything, support Little Brown Jug. Come and support us. If you don't hate hearing our voice, which many of you probably do, so then just don't come. Go fuck yourself.
But if you do, you haven't made it to this point in the video anyway.
Yeah, very true. And as well, it's we have a couple of different things in the work. It's that Wednesday, 7:00, and come down.
We can't do the full details on what we're doing exactly, but there might be a giveaway involved.
Potentially, we're gonna have to see based on what their rules and their policies are. But
exactly.
we have a couple of things in the works. If it works out,
we might be able to get some free 1919 for you.
Potentially, we'll figure out a little bit more soon.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was something else that I wanted to talk about. We just really did want to showcase Little Brown Jug because they've just been great. But I don't know.
Yeah.
They've really expanded beyond the 1919. Actually, they have a golden ale that's really good. They have that infusion that's really good as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna slam back that. Holy smokes, man!
Oh my God, I'm blind.
Is that the new light? Is the new light doing that, or is that the bourbon doing it?
I don't know.
Because that was a big ass.
My insides hurt.
I was like, a Kentucky hug doing for you?
Oh, it's hugging me tight.
It's hugging you real tight.
Real tight.
That was a solid. That wasn't just one hug. You had at least 3 other hugs going down.
That was like a Thanksgiving dinner. Haven't seen my family in a little while. Kind of.
Oh yeah.
That was like a train of
bigger
hugs.
Aunt who you haven't seen who just gave you a big hug.
Yeah.
Doesn't let go.
Yeah. You know what? That's I don't know what you would call that, but that is exactly what that was.
Yeah.
And
it's still after that.
It's still happening actually.
There, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This stuff is strong, guys. I tell you, it's good. It tastes good, especially if you're a bourbon drinker. But I would definitely mix this with something because if we drank a little bit more than what we did, we would be absolutely lit by the end of this episode. This stuff is strong. 120 proof, 60%. This stuff is strong, but it's good. I might save it for another time. Why is it open?
So, the last thing I did want to actually mention is that we have some ideas of what we want to talk about when we go to Little Brown Jug. We wanted to do something a little bit more regimented, a little bit more, I guess fun. We were thinking maybe top 5 moments in Winnipeg history or something. The Winnipeg power rankings of anything, because ranking and reviewing is always fun. But we're really open to ideas of what we should maybe potentially talk about or whatever, because we want to make sure that this episode is really one of our
people.
For the people, by the people. One of the most. And it's one of the most relatable episodes too.
Yeah.
So if you have any ideas or anything that you
want to hear
think,
us talk about anything in particular,
anything you want us to talk more about, or anything you want us to make sure to not talk about, screw you. But in any event,
there's a lot of things they don't want us to talk about.
About probably 25% of the things we talked about today.
75%.
Including shower stalls,
sexual
bathroom
orientation,
shower stalls, incest, bathroom stalls,
Saskatchewan Roughriders
in general. There's a lot of things we won't talk about when we go to LBJ, but
we'll keep it a little bit more PJ.
A little bit.
Let's have another drink.
Oh my God! If we're gonna,
you okay there?
I need
Are you done now?
I'm done. I need mix or a water.
You want to go grab another drink then?
I might need
a water drink because that was our strongest episode yet.
I might need to lay down.
Okay. Well, let's just go get another drink and take a nap.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Whoa. Said I'm at my prime.